Anytime. Hi, my name is Megan Olson, a current member of the Randolph Ffa chapter. With me today is Kelly Schmidt, former state FFA officer and current executive director of the Minnesota Beef Council.
Yeah, we're excited to be here to celebrate the FFA show this morning, and we'll be talking with some guests today, special guests and people that are here to support the FFA members. And so to start off with, we have the state FFA president. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yes, hello everyone. So my name is Emily Mateka, and I'm currently serving as the Minnesota FFA state president. I hail from Sherburne, Minnesota, which is down in Martin County, and then my home chapter is Martin County West. I'm currently a student at SDSU studying ag communications, and I'll be a sophomore there this fall.
And also with us this morning is Commissioner Tom Peterson. We're glad you're able to join us. So
great to join everybody today here in the wonderful arena here, and look forward to visiting.
So what have been some of your highlights of the state fair, Emily, so far?
For sure. So I was here for 4-H weekend last weekend, really got my fill of the fair food, which is always a highlight, as you know. But then this weekend we had a lot of opportunities to engage with a lot of FFA members. Kind of started off our week with a few little shows, helping here and there, handing out awards, handing out ribbons, just kind of engaging on that livestock aspect here for FFA weekend. And then the biggest highlight thus far, I think, was the FFA dance last night. We held it in the swine barn in the East Arena there, and it was a really great time to bring out some FFA members, just really have that social aspect and just have some fun dancing around for a couple hours.
And so, Commissioner Peterson, it's always nice to celebrate some agriculture here at the state fair. We kind of are in our corner of the grounds, but I know you're all over. I've seen you in different places. So what have you been up to?
Well, I really try to get around the fair, and Minnesota is so diverse in our agriculture, and there's so much here to see, whether it's in the dairy building, all the barns. I love being here in Compeer Arena. I've won many ribbons and had many losses with my horses here in this arena, and so I just love visiting with all our friends that show animals, and there's so much agriculture here at the fair, and it is an ag society. We forget that runs the fair, and so good to see all the FFA, and I've seen Emily, our president, around a lot at the fair, and they've been working hard.
Yeah, so you said your background, something with horses. Do you mind speaking on that and what made you become commissioner?
Yeah, and I really had a background. We had a big horse stable, and I think like the first time I could drive, I drove like 6 horses here to the fair when I was 16, and I've been showing those longer than that, and I just love the atmosphere and the people, and we raised Appaloosas and miniature horses, and that kind of led into a issue of working with policy and agriculture, because we always had cattle, and so I was able to marry my two great occupations, which was agriculture and public policy, to get into the public policy area with agriculture. And I always, am glad that FFA really works on that policy part of it too, and have the students understand that, and then became commissioner. So it's a great opportunity to get to do the two things that I love the best.
For sure. Thank you.
So, Emily, what are some of your events you're looking forward to after the fair?
Yes, so one of the biggest events coming up is going to be the National FFA Convention here at the end of October. And so I've actually never been to the National FFA Convention, believe it or not. Never had the chance to go as an FFA member. So this will be my first opportunity to travel to Indianapolis, really engage with those members, and serve as that delegate for Minnesota, kind of throwing in that ag policy. And maybe while it's not necessarily within agriculture itself in the industry, it's that policy within National FFA, and just really establishing that delegate process, talking about different issues within National FFA, and I get to work with that policy within FFA, which is super cool because we're making decisions and we're talking about things that affect members like me and members that are going to follow in my footsteps. So I'm really, really looking forward to National Convention, and it's a big highlight for a lot of people moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. That'll be a great experience.
Good. So Kelly, we're going to go to you now.
Okay.
So why did you want to become a Minnesota State FFA officer? And
yeah, so it's been a lot of years now that I reflect back and think on it. I think it was over 20 years now. But, I grew up in Southwest Minnesota. I was in the Tracy FFA chapter. And, just got involved in a lot of things. And I had a teacher and advisor that just really pushed me to do more than just livestock. And I saw opportunities to network and get to know students across, fellow ag students from across the state. So I really just started at the region level and doing some more things, and then just really it kind of lit a spark. And so really I just wanted to further my my leadership possibilities by doing that. And so that's really why I chose to back then. And I can undoubtedly say, looking back now, you know, that experience absolutely just set up pathways and opened doors for me to end up, you know, having the career I've had and doing things in the beef industry, which is what my background is and what I really love. And now at the Beef Council, without FFA, I no doubt I wouldn't have taken the path that I have. And so I'm just so grateful for my experience as an FFA.
Yeah, and going off the Minnesota Beef Council, what are they doing here at the State Fair this year?
Yeah, real quick, the Minnesota Beef Council. So we do the promotion and consumer education side of beef. So we have a booth in the dairy building. It is the last day of the fair, but you know, it's been great. We've engaged with thousands of fair goers and just trying to give them education on beef as part of a nutritional diet, facts about beef and sustainability, and it's an interactive booth, and we've had great volunteers and staff. It's been a lot of fun. That's just one example of many things we do to really just promote beef.
Well, thank you. And thank you, President Emily and Commissioner. We appreciate your time here.
Yes, thank you so much
Yeah,
for having
thanks
us.
for joining us.
Perfect. And now we'll bring in Teresa Biss with Bremer Bank.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so as our next guest joins, what are you looking most forward to here today to in our supreme row here?
I'm just excited to see all the champions of different FFA chapters across the state be awarded from all their hard work, whether it's SAE, CDE, or their livestock. I think it's a great experience to get recognized in front of the state.
I agree.
Hi, Teresa. Thank
Hi,
you for
Megan.
being
How
with
are you?
Good. How are you?
It's a pleasure to be here this morning. Thank you for inviting
Of
us to be part
course.
of this great program.
Yeah, so this year Bremer Bank is one of our biggest sponsors. Do you mind speaking on that and why they decided to sponsor Minnesota FFA?
Sure, I'd be happy to speak to that. So first of all, Bremer has a very, very strong presence in Minnesota in our agriculture communities, not only in Minnesota, but in North Dakota and Wisconsin as well. We were founded in 1943 by Otto Bremer, who had this belief and an incredible vision that to thrive in a community, the commerce and bank and partnership with all of the members, farmers, business owners in those communities was absolutely critical in order for that community to thrive. And as we take a look at the state fair environment and we take a look at what FFA represents in terms of leaders and promoting leadership in young people who are our leaders of tomorrow, it is a perfect match when you think about building thriving communities for us to invest in the future leaders of our communities. So it's a natural fit, we believe.
Yes, perfect. And it looks like that FFA Crops exhibit is what you're most sponsored with. Is there a reason behind the Crops exhibit?
Well, the opportunity to get connected with anything agriculture is very, it's in the blood of Bremer. We're the 9th largest ag lender in the nation, which we're very proud of. But yet, while that sounds like we are quite sophisticated and far-reaching, we're very local. And that connection to crops and agriculture is just another natural fit for us in terms of the reason why we would support that sort of a program.
Exactly.
Yeah, so a question I have for you, you touched on why the investment's important for both the Bremer Bank and those you're working with. What I'm curious about is I've gotten to know some people that have worked at Bremer Bank just through my career, and
Sure.
and others that have been, have utilized your banking services. What advice do you give some of these young people that eventually are going to be entering some of their farming operations or agricultural operations? What advice do you give FFA members or anybody that's watching, as you look forward to what they're going to be doing in agriculture?
Well, certainly one of the great things that happens oftentimes in agriculture, particularly in farm operations, is the multi-generational opportunity. And so the chance for an organization like Bremer to stay connected with the generations of owners in an operation is incredibly valuable for both the operation as well as for our bankers and our teams who are partners in working with them. So for individuals who are interested in pursuing that agriculture career, it's never too early to start. So the opportunity to connect with mentors, the chance to do job shadowing, perhaps even take a look at internship opportunities throughout their studying career is a great way to get in and immersed in any sort of an agriculture career, including banking, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I can look back at my own experience, and I think anytime that you can gain some just financial knowledge, about what you're doing is helpful. And sometimes, you know, we do that a little too late, but it's great to have resources and teams like Bremer that can help you do that.
Yes, absolutely. And we're happy to be available for individuals, young people, to just learn more. Informational interviews, all those kinds of things are great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, this morning, what's one of the things you're looking forward to seeing here as the FFA members showcase their exhibits?
Well, you know, I have to admit I'm a farm girl at heart. I grew up in west central Minnesota on a little farm near Elbow Lake, Minnesota, Grant County to be specific.
Yeah.
And while that's so long ago that I was not able to be part of FFA at the time, I was very, very aware of FFA. They had a great chapter in the community where I grew up. And I just think that connection of young folks, and you know, there's nothing quite like showing an animal at the state fair, to be honest with you. All of the lead in and preparation to get the animal ready to be here is incredible. And I think sometimes we underestimate the amount of work and dedication that requires. And so I love just seeing the presentation and thinking through all of the work and commitment and discipline that's behind the scenes of getting to a place like this today. So it's fun. It's the history of it all that I enjoy.
For sure. And you were speaking on your background being a farm girl. So what made you choose Bremer Bank and work for them?
You know, it's kind of fun. When I was in college, I had the opportunity to become friends with two women who were daughters of Bremer Bank in Grafton, North Dakota. And that's when I first heard of Bremer. But after time, I began to recognize what an active presence they have in the communities where we do business, in particular in those agriculture communities. I have the opportunity to lead our employee learning and development initiatives at Bremer. And so I'm a teacher by background, and this chance to work inside of an organization where they were committing to and investing in the development of their employees as, you know, skilling them up relative to their jobs, but also investing in their own leadership development was really attractive to me. And the representation of Bremer and its investment in community, it's just really a fantastic model. We believe in that partnership so significantly. It was a natural attraction.
Yeah, that's terrific. Support from places like Bremer is so important to just to do everything we can do for these young people in FFA. So I know personally, I have two daughters that very soon will be in FFA. So I just want to tell you thank you for supporting youth in agriculture. That makes me feel good as a parent.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah.
It's a distinct pleasure.
Thank you for
very
your
much.
time and
You're very
for Bremer
welcome.
Bank sponsorship. We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thank you.
So next up, we'll be bringing in Brianna Lear and Wesley Sierra with the CHS Miracle Birth Barnyard.
I don't know if those on live can hear in the background, but we have some noise. I'm excited. They're bringing friends with, not just the two of them, but they have got a goat and a lamb. So this will be fun.
Well, welcome, guys. Thank you guys for bringing them down here. We know that's kind of a trek.
Yeah.
Hopefully it went well.
It did.
It looks like you still have two animals, so we're good there. So do you mind speaking about your time and why you chose to work at the Miracle of Birth Center and just part of your experiences this week?
I chose to work at the Miracle Birth Center because my parents grew up on farms, and we kind of have a couple of animals on our farm. But I just want to know more about all the animals because I love animals so much. So I just applied to go down here to volunteer, and it's actually been a great time.
And you get to hang out with these cute animals
Yes.
all day. So for you, Wesley, what was your favorite memory thus far?
Probably just all the people coming and asking questions, trying to learn more about livestock and animals and how we raise them.
And that's so important. It's awesome to see people coming in and asking questions, whether they have a lot of experience and background in agriculture or they have none. It's so important to educate our consumers, whether consuming meat products or dairy products. It's just so important.
So has it been going smoothly at the Miracle Birth Center this year? I know they changed things a little bit, but I walked through the other day and looked like the display was great and the activity was awesome. So how's things been going, and what specifically have you two been doing?
It's been going pretty well. I mean, it's kind of sad that we don't have live births, but it'll be back next year.
Yep.
But I'm actually in the dairy, so I get to talk about the baby calves and the mother cows who are going to give birth in 2 months, and then the beef calf and its mom.
Yeah, I've been in the sheep and goat section, so talking with people about everything there is to know about sheep and goats, pretty much.
And do you have a livestock background, or what made you decide to work?
Yep, so I live on a farm. We have beef cattle and sheep. So.
Great. What year in school are the both of you? What?
I am a senior in high school.
Senior in high school?
Yep, I'm the same.
Both
Senior,
seniors.
yep.
Okay, great. Good. So how can FFA members get involved next year at the CHS Miracle of Birth Center? How did you get involved in this and do these positions?
I just joined my FFA. This is my second year. I decided to join last year because I thought, I need to just figure out what an experience and just go out of my way, out of my comfort zone. And towards the end, you can apply to the Miracle Birth Center. So I talked to my advisor, and she said, go for it, and I got in.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'd say talk to your advisors on how to apply, and there's a pretty simple application process online that you can do. It's self-explanatory, just asks if you have any experience in FFA and your skills, and just like a little resume type thing to apply, and then they contact you, and there's a little training you do, and then you're ready.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. Not too bad, but so is there a favorite memory or interaction you've had with somebody from the public the last few days that stands out? Any good questions or somebody that got super excited?
I know me in the sheep barn. I'm exhibiting lambs this weekend for FFA. Just people asking questions about what they're wearing. Like my lambs are market lambs, so they have blankets on them to keep them clean and flies off them. Just why are they wearing pajamas? Why are they wearing blankets, coats? You get all the answers and all the questions. So it's super cool to be able to educate them because they don't have any idea.
Exactly.
And that's what we're here to do, is educate the public.
Yeah. I think it's many years ago. It was right before it became the Miracle of Birth Center. They still called it the FFA Barnyard. That's what I did when I was an FFA officer. And we had a great time, and I could think back of some of those memories. And I ran into someone a few years ago when I was in the Miracle Birth Center, and they had now was bringing their kids to come see it, and they had enjoyed it when they were younger. So that's always fun to see. It kind of expands that knowledge of agriculture that those people can pass on to someone else. And that's their way to do it, is to come see you guys and the animals and learn from you about sheep and goats and dairy and beef. That's kind of what it's all about.
For sure. I think what's cute is when the little kids come up and ask if it's like a cow, like a dog, I mean.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, it's not a dog, it's a baby calf. It's just so cute how the little kids are just figuring out what the animals really are.
Yeah.
So do you name the animals, for fun, or do you just kind of go with it?
They're actually all named.
They were all named when they got there. So what are the names of the two we have here?
So this is Ziggy.
Ziggy, okay.
And this is Charlie.
Ziggy and Charlie, all right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if they were named. I couldn't remember. So looks like they're doing pretty well. Looks like Ziggy likes to just kind of hang out in your lap.
They're pretty quiet.
Yeah. It's going well. So what are your future plans with the two of you? Continuing in FFA, and then what's in your futures?
I hope to continue in FFA. After high school, I know I want to go to college. I just don't know what exact career I want to do. Yep. So I'm still deciding on that.
That's great. Yeah.
So I'm a region officer this year, so I'll finish that up and continue to stay through FFA until I graduate, and then probably a little bit after, and then I plan to go to college for a career in agriculture.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
Well, good luck to you. I know experiences like this are really good. To meet people from all over the place and working with consumers is always important.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys for your time today, and thank you for bringing Ziggy and Charlie. We appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
And now we'll welcome in Val Arswald to talk a little bit more about the foundation.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm bringing a special guest as well. So first off, Kelly and Megan, thank you so much for being with us, and for all of you watching today, we certainly appreciate it. I referenced that I have a special guest. I would like to introduce Dr. Zane Sheehan. He is the State FFA Advisor and also the Supervisor for Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resource Sciences. But before we get talking to those who are watching, you're probably hearing a lot of noise and kind of hearing the arena starting to come to life, and how exciting, because as we get ready for our annual awards program, our Supreme Champion, all of those activities, it's a really fun time to be here at the fair, but specifically in Compeer Arena. So thank you all so much. Well, I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about the incredible growth that we're experiencing in agriculture, food, and natural resources. And I guess with that, if you don't mind, I'm going to throw it over to Dr. Sheehan.
Yeah, we continue to grow agriculture programs across the state. In the past 2 years, we've added 22 new programs, and that we've got more on deck to grow this year. So Minneapolis has started a program, Faribault has grown 2 programs, Mankato. So a lot of our urban spaces are continuing to expand, but also in northern Minnesota, we have a lot of new programs, natural resources programs are starting. And so it's really exciting as the state and public continues to become interested in where their food, fiber, and natural resources come from.
Will you share with all of us, really, why are schools adding it? What's the value of having a program?
Agriculture programs are really broad and diverse, so our agriculture teachers can teach ag, food, natural resources, but also dive into the sciences, so they can offer chemistry credit, they can offer art credit, economics, and so it provides a lot of flexible opportunities for students, and that seems to be fitting that niche that schools need. Plus, we're also seeing that there's a big demand for people to work in careers, and so not saying that the 4-year path is bad, but a plumber, electricians, they earn a lot of money, and so I think people are realizing that they maybe don't want to sit behind a desk and do all the vet science paperwork. They want to be the one who's actually performing the operations and surgeries, and there's a lot of opportunity in that.
So Kelly and Megan, have you talked at all about your programs yet? What you experienced through your local chapter?
Well, so my local chapter, growing up, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I grew up in a small town, Tracy, and I was active in that chapter. And, it was a good community. It was a community that really, I look back on it now and was very fortunate. It's a community that really supports each other to really be successful. There's a lot. It's a small town, but you'll see a lot of people that know somebody from Tracy because they were really engaged in that network. So that's what I really took from that, was just kind of being pushed by my local chapter members and really members of the community that supported ag and FFA, and that really drove me to going to college for ag education and staying in agriculture. So that was one of my big experiences, and it's fun to look at the chapter now, this many years later, and it's still thriving, and those students are still having those same kinds of experiences. I had a good visit here at the state fair with the current ag instructor and FFA advisor there, and it was fun to see what they're still doing and maintaining, but yet how it's changed since I was there. And there's so many good things going on in those career and technical education areas that they're doing, and it's just fun to see. So yeah, it's really fun to watch. And I want to say one other little thing. I live in that New Ulm area, and you referenced Mankato. I have a lot of friends in that area. To see what's going on there with the expansion of their programs is just awesome. I mean, that's a very, like a lot of our state, a very ag-rich area, but to just see the growth of students having agricultural opportunities there is like really exciting to see.
Yeah, so for my chapter, I actually graduated from Hastings, Minnesota this past spring. Unfortunately, they do not have a chapter. And so for me to be able to be enrolled in FFA, I needed a chapter and I needed that ag education. I was fortunate enough to be able to travel 30 minutes south to the Randolph chapter. Advisor Mr. Ed Terry runs an amazing program that outreaches kids in surrounding cities that allows them to get that education to qualify to be an FFA member. So without that, I would not have been able to be here, be exhibiting my livestock, be educating the public, and then actually deciding my future career paths of becoming a livestock nutrition. I always knew I wanted to do something in agriculture, just didn't know what, and it's always, oh, you can be a vet. Well, I didn't want to do that. And then through FFA this past year, I got to do a ride-along with a local livestock nutritionist, as he was an alumni member in my chapter, so it was awesome to be able to have a hands-on experience to actually see and ask every single question that I could think of and get amazing, truthful answers. So I'm very fortunate.
So as I hear this conversation, what I'm hearing is support from the community, people that are getting behind the instructor and that program as a whole. Dr. Sheehan, can you share a little bit about if somebody's watching this and they say, I want to have an agriculture, food, and natural resource program in my school for my kids, my grandkids, what do they do? What does that look like?
Yeah, well, FFA starts in the classroom, and so it's always about having that strong classroom agricultural education experience, and the programs belong to the community, and so we were both teachers, we both left teaching now to fill other jobs, but the program still exists and the community still needs that, and so it's important to have strong community support, parents, industry, communicating with the school that this is something that you want to exist in your program, and it should really reflect the industry that's in that town, whether it's horticulture and natural resources production. It should reflect the business needs. But some of the problems we're having now is that we're growing at such a fast rate that we can't keep up. And so we really do need that community support, whether it's voicing the advocacy for the program, the financial support to help buy the first set of chapter jackets that members are going to need. We really just need that community input and strength to back it as we get started.
Well, I'm going to piggyback a little bit off of what Dr. Sheehan just said, and it's about that support, and sometimes that support is financial, and that's really why the Minnesota Ffa Foundation is involved. And so, thank you to Forma Feed for being one of our sponsors. But we have a lot of people and sponsors that are involved, and we need a lot because that type of growth requires some support. Whether, as Dr. Sheehan said, it's those jackets that are kind of the gateway into the experience. And I don't know if you've all noticed, Megan's so beautifully adorned here in her FFA jacket. But that's where the Minnesota FFA Foundation comes in. We are that financial arm of making sure that students and teachers have the resources they need. And I don't know, did any of you tune in? We did something special here at the fair just a couple nights ago. Did you?
The telethon.
The telethon.
Yes.
So I can't help but give a little shout out for that. It's not too late if you're watching and you have personally been impacted by the FFA, or you know the value of it and you just know what's worthy of investing. So we held the second annual Great Minnesota Give Together, and we raised some dollars, but we're still looking for additional supporters to happen to come in and help. So we're in this arena, and I know that everybody's been involved in some capacity, but what's actually going to happen here?
Yeah, so this is a showcase of the champions from the last few days of FFA showing, and there's going to be announcements of some supreme champions in given areas, and really just acknowledging those members and their hard work of what they've done, with their projects thus far. So
Yeah, truly, it's all at home. I mean, you see all these champions, but they don't just show up. Hours in the barn, hours at other shows, working with other FFA members, their mentors, advisors. The list goes on, and all the support that comes from home to make these champions happen.
And it's been an interesting year too, because in Ag Ed we've got the classroom, we got the FFA, and then there's this SAE, or what we're seeing here today. And COVID made that difficult. You're working with your teachers virtually, or you're trying to raise these projects in spaces that we're not used to doing. And so it's really nice to see some semblance of normal, or whatever this is, where we can get back to the SAE side of whether it's agronomy or ag mechanics or livestock, whatever our passions are, to be here and to demonstrate the skills that we've learned and the hard work that we've invested.
But I think it speaks to the resiliency of our teachers and our students. So as you mentioned, it's been challenging, not as much contact time, and yet these FFA members were committed to coming and being part of this show, a long-standing tradition. Minnesota FFA has the longest standing livestock show in the country. It's the longest standing standalone show, and that's something to be proud of. And we celebrate other milestones as well, whether it be our crop show, our ag mechanics, the landscaping. All of those pieces are here, and so the State Fair is pretty special to all of us, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Well, Megan, as you kind of think about what's next for you, I know you're an active FFA member, and
Correct.
we're kind of a little bit past that, but so it's probably more exciting to hear from you. What's next for you?
Yeah, so I actually just started my freshman year at the University of Wisconsin-River Falls last Thursday in the midst of FFA and State Fair. So I had my 8 a.m. class on Friday, and I was here at 4 a.m. bringing my lambs in. I know I was not alone. A lot of kids are coming to and from school in these last few days of the fair. And then I am currently majoring in animal science with hopes of becoming a livestock nutritionist. And also ag communications and marketing. Like I said, I love educating the public. I think social media has such a strong impact on that. It can be used for so much good, but also bad. But I'm going to focus on the good, educating about agriculture and what is on your table to eat as I raise market lambs.
Hello, FFA members
so,
and supporters.
yeah.
We are going to get started with our award show in just
Every
a few
time
minutes.
I think about the fair and it kind of comes to completion, I get excited and motivated to think about what's next. So we asked Megan But Kelly, what's next for you, and how do you take this energy and move
Oh,
forward?
yeah. As she was talking, I was thinking this through. For me, I'm at the point in my life where I'm really excited. My oldest daughter's going into 8th grade, and I mentioned I'm from the New Ulm area, and I was excited about the Mankato growth. I do have to shout out New Ulm. We're fortunate to have a great ag program, so I'm excited for my daughter next year to get into those ag classes and participate in FFA. So for me, as a father, it's a little different perspective. I'm just all excited that a year from now she'll be taking her first ag classes in school. And like you said, it starts in the classroom, but she'll be able to do some livestock and other SAEs and CDEs. And so that's just exciting for me, to get into that transition. And then I have 2 more daughters after that. So it's a whole new way to support and look at the agricultural program experience in FFA.
Dr. Sheehan, what do you think? What are you going to take away from this fair?
Start of a new school year, and hopefully we start to transition back to in-person activities. But I'm excited for 13,000 FFA members and 35,000 students. We've now got 300 teachers. We're just continuing to grow. So the new programs, Minneapolis, that are forming, it's going to be an exciting year for them, and I'm hoping more and more people get to continue to experience the good work that we do in Ag Ed.
Well, and I'm inspired as always, and that's truly to help make that connection of people who see the value and actually take action and invest. And so that's all of us here. We support FFA because we see the value, and we encourage other people to do that as well. So again, it's that growth, it's that impact, it's that career success and drive, and again, it's that commitment to giving back. So I think the fair has done what it's supposed to do, and I think we're all pretty charged up.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Good energy.
Yes. Well, Megan, what do you think? You want to tell what's next?
Yeah, so like I had said, I'm going to River Falls, and then I'll become livestock nutritionist. And then today, we got the Supreme Champion that we are going to award now for all the different species.
Wow, so we're going to just let you stay with us as the arena is starting to fill here with our FFA members and special VIPs, because the awards program is coming up next. We can go. Thank you, everybody. And Megan, we threw you lots of curveballs.
I know, I was like, oh, thank you.
How are you? I love the sweatshirt. I'm not
the last thing I had that was clean.
Everybody, and welcome to the Minnesota FFA State Fair Awards Program, sponsored by Bremer Bank. My name is Anna Ridenour, and I'm serving as this year's state reporter, and I'll be one of your MCs this morning.
And my name is Bailey Pearson, and I am serving you all as the Minnesota FFA State Sentinel this year, and I am your other MC for this morning.
We'd like to introduce our other teammates as well.
Seems like a really
My
good
name is
team.
Emily Matega,
Not to take
and I'm
away from any
currently
of the other
serving as
ones, but
Minnesota FFA State President.
man, there's you can just tell there's
I'm
some
Nicole
some
Gonzalez,
I
and I'm
think.
currently serving as the State Secretary.
I'm Wyatt Halverson, and I'm currently serving as the State Vice President.
And my name is Kyle Thomas, and I am currently serving as the Minnesota State Treasurer.
We are excited to be here on the last day of the Minnesota State Fair to recognize our FFA members and chapters for their accomplishments in horticulture, judging contests, landscape booths, mechanics, and for their livestock. I used to think about the State Fair as my best family vacation ever. My family didn't do a whole lot in the summer except do livestock shows. So when I could come to the State Fair, that was the biggest event that I always looked forward to. I'd get my animals ready to go to the fair, and I'd show up. And I remember growing up and watching my older cousins show up at the county and state fair and wishing that I could be in their shoes as well. So when 9th grade rolled around and I could come to my first FFA state fair, I was excited and pumped. I remember bringing my goats and my sheep here, and I remember being in my family camper and filling out the application for the Hickman Award, which is for sheep exhibitors for the first year. And some of the questions that they had was looking at the growth that they had over the last couple of years in building up their sheep project. This made me consider how we each have an impact on the FFA organization through our projects, whether it's livestock or anything else. We are passionate about so many different things, and those passions can be seen here. We see a wide range of activities and projects, and I'm glad that each of you could join us here today to recognize those efforts. The last 2 years have been tough. We didn't have a state fair last year to recognize all of you. And this year we're coming, but with less members. But each of you guys showed up with even more enthusiasm, where this year was one of the best that I've seen yet. So thank you for showing up and being here this morning. We are recognizing FFA members for their success that they have displayed across the fairgrounds this week, all the way from here in the livestock arenas to the horticulture building way up there. Our students have a variety of passions and talents, and we had 678 members from 99 chapters show up this last weekend with their exhibits for the 2021 Minnesota State Fair. These individuals will be celebrated this morning with each of the top competitors from each event. We'd also like to remind you that we take a group photo at the end of the ceremony with all the FFA members that exhibited here this year. So whether you're wearing your blue or yellow shirts, or if you're wearing anything else, please stay till the end of the award ceremony so we can get a group picture. And with that, I'll hand it off to Bailey.
Joining us today to celebrate student successes are some distinguished guests. Please stand to be recognized as we say your name, and we'll hold all applause after all of the guests have been introduced. Teresa Biss from Bremer Bank, the sponsor of the State Fair FFA Awards program. Jill Nathy, Minnesota State Fair Competition Office. Marie Lefebvre, Minnesota State Fair Competition Office. Zane Sheehan, Minnesota Department of Education. Jim Ertl, CHS Miracle Birth Center Superintendent. TJ Brown, FFA Superintendent of Minnesota State Fair. Commissioner Peterson from the Department of Agriculture. Conrad Kwame, Dr. Danny Grunhog, the FFA Liaison on the State Fair Board of Managers. Mr. Ron Ohlenheiser, President of the State Fair Board of Managers. If there are any additional members of the Board of Managers, would you please stand to be recognized?
We are first starting off with our Livestock Awards. Today's Livestock Awards will be presented by the superintendents or the coordinators who have overseen these shows for the last few days. The superintendents will announce the animals in 5th place to 1st place. And the 1st place animals will be asked to be photographed over in that corner. All other exhibitors are asked to leave the arena when their species is completed. All right, can we please welcome Mr. Claire Drescher for our first area of recognition.
Thank you. First off, I'd like to thank the Board of Managers for just having a fair this year. I know there's pressure to do things. Let's give them a good hand for having a fair. Secondly, I'd like to thank my staff, Pam and Kayla, Ryan, Carrie, and Sean, for helping run pigs through the weighing process and for getting them tagged and for running the shows. I want to thank them. I want to thank the State Fair. You've already said Jill and Marie from competition, Cody for getting everything set up. I want to thank them and their staffs. And I don't know if you've all been in the hog barn, but there's been some major remodeling done here in probably the last 4 or 5 years. The lead on them were Christensen Farms and New Fashion Pork. Put a lot of money on there's several others, but that show basically can run itself now with those new entry pens. We're not back there with hurdles trying to sort pens of 3 and everything. So thank you to them. I doubt they have representatives here, but I just want to publicly thank them for what they did. That's got to be one of the greatest show arenas in all of the state fairs. So let's let our pigs out, if you want to, and walk them behind me. Our judge this year was Christine Smith from Boynton, Iowa. And our numbers were down, but the quality was exceptional. And before I get to your top 5 here, we do it a little bit different, just in the interest of not so many pigs down here. I will go through the breed champions that were not in the top 5. I want to congratulate Kaylee Steele with her Hereford. She is from the Lewiston and Altura chapter. Emma Berquam from Kenyon Wanamingo had the champion Burt. Ellie Henson Stadler from Chisago Lakes had the champion Hamp, and Zoe Rushmeyer from Glencoe Silver Lake had the champion York. So that leads us to our top 5. As you can see, we have 2 Durocs, 2 crossbreds on a spot. And the one our judge selected for 5th overall, we'll work up, was Tommy Lindstrom's Spot over there. Let's give her a good hand. And 4th was also from Tommy Lindstrom, would be our reserve champion Duroc right here. Congratulations. And 3rd overall was our reserve crossbred Reese Buncher from Fairmont. Reese is right here. Congratulations to you. So that leaves our champion cross, our champion Duroc, Tommy Lindstrom, Taylor Franz. Said Tommy's from Westbrook, Taylor's from Wyndham. So congratulations to you, and was all said and done, the dust settled. Our judge Christine named Taylor Reserve, Tommy as our grand champion, breeding gilt, tremendous animal. He'll receive a check from the Minnesota Livestock Breeders and the plaque. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Drescher, and congratulations to our Supreme Champion Breeding Swine. Please help to welcome Miss Alyssa Grosskopf, our Beef Superintendent, to celebrate our beef exhibitors.
Thank you, guys. I am so excited to be back at the Minnesota State Fair, and I hope that you guys are as well. The last 4 days have been awesome, but especially yesterday at the beef show was exceptional, and I hope that you guys had as much fun as myself and my crew did. But echoing exactly what Claire said, there's such a mighty crew that helps put the Minnesota State Fair on, and especially the livestock shows that happen all week long, and I commend them for their efforts as well as my team that helped me get the beef show accomplished yesterday. But we had about 150 breeding animals, about 37 market animals, and 6 prospect calves that paraded into this arena yesterday, representing 57 different chapters in Minnesota FFA. And I am privileged to announce them as they come into the ring here. Starting with our champion Angus is Carolyn Mayer from Lanesboro FFA. Our champion Charlet was Carly Paulson from Pine Island FFA. Foundation Semitol was Martha Menning from Triton. Champion Hereford went to Hans Lynn from Rushford Peterson. Champion Limousine is Bo Piney from Randolph. Champion Red Angus is Tar Tut from Rushford Peterson. Champion Shorthorn is Emily Bolam from Austin. Champion Shorthorn Plus is Hunter Bruns from Renville County West. Our champion Semitol representative is Landon Decker from St. Charles. Any other purebred champion went to Kaylee Smith from Randolph. Any other composite went to Ethan Arrett from Blooming Prairie. And our champion commercial is Grace Schluter from Waseca FFA. So before I announce our top 5 here, can you please give these exhibitors a round of applause and commend them for their efforts in getting here? So we're going to start with our 5th overall breeding heifer for the 2021 Minnesota FFA show, and that comes out of the Shorthorn Plus division, Hunter Bruns from Wenville County West. Our 4th overall breeding heifer from the FFA show, coming out of the Foundation Semitol Division, Martha Menning from Triton. Our 3rd overall honor is going to Landon Decker from St. Charles out of the Semitol Division. Moving into reserve here, please give a round of applause out of the Angus Division to Carolyn Mayer of Lanesboro. And finally, our supreme champion of the 2021 Minnesota FFA Breeding Heifer Show comes out of the Limousine Division, Bo Piney from Randolph FFA. Congratulations to all of these exhibitors.
Thank you, Ms. Groskopf, and congratulations to all of these champions. Next, help welcome Mr. Patrick Pearson, our Dairy Assistant Superintendent, to present the Dairy Awards.
Good morning, everyone. My name, like she said, is Patrick Pearson. I'm the Dairy Superintendent. We had a great show. We had many volunteers helping, and I thank you all for that. As we get started here in announcing the Supreme Champion, we're going to parade our champion per species, starting off with the Ayrshire. The champion Ayrshire is exhibited by Marcus Kyer from the Tri-City United FFA. The Brown Swiss is exhibited by Nicole Anderson from the Buffalo Lake Hector FFA. The Grade Holstein is exhibited by Faith Shriver from the Fillmore Central FFA. The Jersey Champion is exhibited by Kenny Beal of the Fillmore Central FFA. The Milking Shorthorn is exhibited by Marcus Kyer from the Tri-City United FFA. The Registered Holstein is exhibited by Candace Spearman from Triton FFA. The Red and White Holstein Champion is exhibited by Dylan Lohman from the Stewartville FFA. And the All Breeds, as we round off the champion drive here, is Olivia Gronholtz from Sibley East FFA. Now for our Supreme Champion in 5th place, the Ayrshire, Marcus Kyer from Tri-City United FFA. In 4th place is the Jersey Champion, exhibited by Kenny Beal, the Fillmore Central FFA. In 3rd place is the Registered Holstein, exhibited by Candace Spearman from the Triton FFA. 2nd place is the Red and White Holstein, exhibited by Dylan Lohman from the Stewartville FFA. And our 2021 Supreme Champion of the Dairy Show is the animal from the All Other Breeds, Olivia Grunholz from Sibley East FFA. Our next award is the MDA, Minnesota Dairy Association, Best of 7 Animals with 3 exhibitors. And this year's champion goes to the Tri-City United FFA. Please come forward to receive your plaque and traveling trophy.
Congratulations to our dairy exhibitors and all of those who volunteered to make those shows succeed. Finally, please welcome Superintendent Darcy Donna to recognize our sheep exhibitors.
Like the following years, we saved the best for last, right, sheep people? I'd like to think about this year's show as small but mighty. Our numbers were down, but our quality was still second to none. Our breed champions, first here is Isaac Schermerhorn's Baby Doll Southdown. Next in the ring is Dorset, shown by Roland Dykoff. Next was Hampshire from, is our Hampshire here? Our Hampshire's missing. Southdown by Adriana Wendland. Second to the last, Suffolk by Isaac Berg. And the last in the line is Any Other Wool Breed, shown by Roland Dykoff of New York Mills. So when I call your name, we're gonna eliminate. We're gonna make this exciting. So you can pull out of the line and go that way. And you're all gonna give them a great round of applause because they work really hard on these. And these are some amazing females. Okay, in fifth place, Baby Doll Southdown by Isaac Schermerhorn, New York Mills. In fourth place, the Suffolk Isaac Berg Pipestone. Third place, Dorset, exhibited by Roland Dykoff, New York Mills. And then there were two. Second, Southdown, Adriana Wendland, Kenyon Wanamingo, which leaves our overall supreme from the Any Other Wool Breeds, Roland Dykoff from New York Mills. Congratulations. We also have a Hickman Award, and that is for a first-year sheep exhibitor here at the State FFA show. And there were some great applicants this year. It was very difficult for our group to choose a category or choose a recipient, but this year's Hickman Rookie Award goes to Carly Hamilton from Waseca. Please come down and get your award if you're here. So our show was great, and I had great help this year, as always. Jake Wiebe, Julie Mellum, Spencer Walter, and Brooke Hendricks helped out a lot, and we ran very smooth. I hope we have a lot more sheep next year.
Thank you, Miss Donna. Let's have one last round of applause for all of our livestock exhibitors. We've seen the livestock, but there's a lot of other things that goes on at the state fair. And one of those is right down the street from us, the Miracle of Birth Center. There's FFA members there right now who cannot join us because they're working, but they have been working 15-hour shifts for 4 to 5 days, and they've been working hard. I also got to help out with that this last weekend. where I was able to work for 5 days alongside 2 other state officers and help the Barneys there. We had a variety of different tasks we had to complete, include caring for the new babies, doing chores, and welcoming the public into our facilities. It's a great way to connect with others and share the story of agriculture. But it's not just that. The relationships that we made with each other as FFA members and with some members of the public are indescribable. I had many conversations where I was able to talk to someone who had never seen an animal up close like that. I was able to talk to them about the breed standards, the products that they produce, like wool or meat or milk, and have those really interesting conversations about the ethics of animal agriculture. And I really am glad that I was able to be there, and I'm so glad that we have other committed FFA members there as well. But we also had a good time. Whether it was going down Yield Mill Ride or going in the haunted house, the FFA members here will always remember each other and the connections that we had. We were able to make an impact on FFA, the state fair, and the lives of thousands. And I know that I and many other Barneys wouldn't trade that experience for the world.
Although you would see our FFA members caring for their livestock in the barns or in the Miracle Birth Center, that isn't the only thing that they fill their days with. Last night at around 9 p.m., if you would have walked into the swine barn, you would have seen around 50 members dancing to some great music and having a good time with their friends. These members spent time during the day with their livestock so they could have a great last night out on the dance floor. One of the qualities that Sentinels often hold is creating a welcoming environment for our members and those outside of our organization. As a Sentinel, I enjoy meeting others, having conversations, and including people in our organization and industry. These members are the future of agriculture, and although they are in the barns having fun with their friends, they are educating others about our industry and its future. As we mentioned earlier, the fair is filled with student opportunities within and beyond the livestock barns. Our next champions have experienced success with the skills they've been honing off the fairgrounds and put into the test over the last few days. We'll be recognizing the way these champions round out the excellence FFA members have brought to the fair in the next segment of our awards. Award recipients should make their way around the pipe and drape with their name when their name or their award area is called. Our next recognition area supports the efforts of youth who have thrived at the State Fair as they prepare for life after high school. Please welcome Dr. Zane Sheehan, our State FFA advisor, to celebrate the State Fair Scholarship recipients. As well as the Board of Managers, please report to the backdrop for a photo.
We're excited to announce recipients of the Hallberg Scholarships, which is the Minnesota State Fair Rural Youth Scholarships. So 8 students will receive the scholarship, and we'll have you come forward as your name is read. Megan Olson, Michaela Opatz, Isabel Patterson, Sophia Portner, Megan Radka, Kelsey Beal, Wyatt Halverson, and Anna Reidenauer. Congratulations to all recipients, and thank you.
Next, please welcome Mr. Joel Larson, our Assistant Superintendent of the Ag Technology area for the recognition of our Ag Mechanics champions.
Thank you. Well, if you went up to the education building to look for the Ag Technology and Mechanics exhibits, you probably didn't find them there. This year we had an opportunity to move to the Ag Work building, and so we took a wing right next to the FFA Crop Show, and that was a great move for us. I wanted to thank Marie and TJ for the work that they put into making that happen. We have 3 awards we're going to give out this morning. One is the High Point Individual. That goes to Beth Helzer from Bram. She had the most points for the exhibits in our show. Let's give Beth a hand. And while she's here, we'll give her one other plaque that is the Best of Show. And if you go up to the Ag Mechanics and Technology exhibit, you'll see an electric car that was built by the Bram FFA chapter. She was one of the people that headlined that project. They've got some really great things happening there. And then the last award we've got this morning is our High Point chapter, the chapter with the most points accumulated with their exhibits. And that would be the KMS FFA chapter. So would a representative from KMS please come forward to pick up that plaque. I want to thank everybody who participated in the Ag Mechanics and Technology. We hope to be back next year with some sponsorship for some of the awards we've had in the past. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Larson. We appreciate the time you have given to support FFA members at the State Fair. We wanted to take a moment to present you with a token of appreciation from the Minnesota State Fair for 25 years of service. Thank you for your continued service to the Minnesota State Fair and FFA.
We had more than 300 students register samples as a part of this year's crop show. Their work has been on display throughout the entire fair in the horticulture building, and we all know the real reason the crop art exhibit is so crowded is because people cannot wait to see the FFA crops on display. As we share the results, please come forward as your name is called. Our 2021 Crops Division champions are, for the ear of corn, Quinton Bold of the Red Rock Central FFA. For wheat, we'll do Quinton Bold of the Red Rock Central FFA. Shelled corn, Kennedy Bold, Red Rock Central FFA. Specialty crops, Kennedy Bold, Red Rock Central FFA. Oats, Rachel Tusa, Jackson County Central FFA. And soybeans, Rachel Tusa, Jackson County Central FFA. Our top award winners are, for the Best in Show Organic Crops, Daniel Williamson of the Atwater Cosmos Grove City FFA chapter. Best in Show Ear of Corn, Quinton Bold of the Red Rock Central FFA chapter. And Best Show Overall, Kennedy Bold of the Red Rock Central FFA chapter. Our High Point First Year Individual is Quinton Bold of the Red Rock Central FFA chapter. Our High Point Individual is Quinton Bold of the Red Rock Central FFA chapter. Our High Point First Year chapter is the Wilmer FFA chapter, if there's a representative. And our Point chapter is the Sleepy Eye FFA chapter.
On Friday, FFA members from across the state judged several different livestock animals, including dairy, beef, swine, and sheep. They looked for the best animals that would produce the healthiest and wholesome foods for people who want to eat their products. As part of the dairy judging competition, individuals handling the animals were evaluated too. Would Dan Della, our Assistant Superintendent of Judging Contest, please come forward to introduce the winners of our dairy handler, cattle judging, and livestock judging competitions.
Good morning. In our dairy handler competition, our winner is Grady Schuft from the GSL chapter. So Grady, if you could please come down. In our other competition that we took care of on Friday, we have the dairy judging contest. In the top 3 individuals in the dairy judging contest, please come forward for your plaques. In 3rd place, Tyler Radka from the Ricori FFA. In 2nd place was Aaron Lorenz from the Blue Earth Area FFA. And our champion in the individual dairy judging contest was J.C. Samaral from the TCU FFA chapter. And in our team competition in the dairy judging contest, in 3rd place, Mankato FFA. In 2nd place, Howard Lake Waverly Winstead FFA. And finally, our champion would be the TCU FFA chapter. Also on Friday, we had our general livestock judging contest. And in our 3rd place individual, please come forward. Grace Byrell from the Howard Lake Waverly Winstead FFA chapter. Grace, if you're here. We'll let our dairy people have their moment. Come on up, Grace. Our 2nd place individual in the general livestock judging contest, and we don't have a first name, Kreider Mock from Lewiston, Altura. Tyler. Come on down, Tyler. And he must be a wrestler as well. I can tell. All right. And our champion in the general livestock judging contest, Tiana Mueller from the Pipestone area, FFA chapter. And in our team competition for general livestock judging, in 3rd place, Chicago Lakes. And in 2nd place, Lewiston, Altura. And our general livestock judging team champion is the Pipestone Area Ffa Chapter. If you please come down.
Thank you, Mr. Dilla, and congratulations to our judging event winners. Chapter results and ribbons will be available in the ring following our awards program.
Our next champions worked in teams to develop a landscape exhibit featured next to the chapter house. Will our finalist chapters please send a representative forward? If you haven't already, you should take the time to see the incredible, beautiful landscapes next to the chapter house. They designed and created them around the theme of home. So make sure you see them before you head home today. As we share the results, please step forward for recognition. In second place, will Forest Lake please stand? And Stillwater, will you please come forward as your first place champion? Congratulations to all the chapters who helped make FFA look so good with their landscapes this year. Chapters that competed in the landscape booth can pick up feedback and ribbons from the awards ceremony afterwards.
Our next area of recognition is for the tractor driving event that was held earlier this weekend. Would our identified finalists make their way forward? The following driving event features a written exam, safety and maintenance components, and a driving challenge. We will recognize 2 top teams and 2 top individuals. As we share the results, please step forward for recognition. The top 2 individuals. In second, Adam Maleka from Randolph Ffa. And in first, Bryce Blashko from Tri-State United Ffa. Our team results. The second place team is Randolph Ffa. And our first place team is the United South Central Ffa chapter. Is there a representative from the United South Central Ffa that would come forward?
The next area of recognition is for herdsmanship. Herdsmanship recognizes chapters with the most impressive exhibits within their species, focusing not only on how clean and healthy the animals are in their pens and their stalls, but how to conduct and cooperate with the other exhibitors themselves. For beef, our second place individual is Madeline Johnson from Hayfield Ffa. And our first place individual, please come forward, is Emily Bolam from Austin Ffa. Our beef chapters, in third place, please stand, Alden Conger Ffa. Second place can come forward, and it's Hayfield Ffa. And first place in beef herdsmanship is Springfield Ffa. Our next division is dairy herdsmanship. In second place, please stand Megan Radke from Ricori FFA. In first place, please come forward, is Peter Skibba from Princeton FFA. For our chapters, in third place, please stand Howard Lake Waverly Winstead. Second place, please come forward, is the Buffalo Lake Hector Stewart FFA chapter. And in first place, also receiving a plaque, is the St. James FFA chapter. Our next division is meat goats. In second place, please stand Bryce Blashko of the Tri-City United FFA chapter. In first place individual, please come forward, is Samantha Frick from the HLWW chapter, Howard Lake Waverly Winstead. For our chapters, in third place, please stand Chatfield FFA. In second place, receiving a plaque, is a Howard Lake Waverly Winstead chapter. And our first place goat herdsmanship is the Triton FFA chapter. Please come forward for your. Our next division is sheep. Our second place individual, please stand William Alice of the Blue Earth Area FFA chapter. And our first place individual, please come forward, Kylie Stafford of Southland FFA. For our chapters, in third place, please stand Redwood Valley FFA. In second place, receiving a plaque, is the Kenyon Wanamingo FFA chapter. And in first place, also receiving a plaque, is the Maple River FFA chapter. For swines, herdsmanship, in second place individual, please stand Emma Burgum of the Kenyon Wanamingo FFA chapter. And our first place individual, please come forward, Zoe Rushmeyer from the Glencoe Silver Lake FFA chapter. For our chapters, in third place, please stand New Ulm FFA. In second place, receiving a plaque, is a Kenyon Wanamingo FFA chapter. And in first place, receiving a plaque, is the Glencoe Silver Lake FFA chapter. Our next award area is for market livestock. We will recognize first and second place, but only the first place winners will come forward to receive their prize.
For market beef, in second, please stand, Owatonna FFA. In first, please come forward, Alden Conger FFA. For meat goats, in second, please stand, Alden Conger FFA. And in first, please come forward, Chatfield FFA. For market sheep, in second, please stand, Hayfield FFA. And in first, please come forward, Randolph FFA. For market swine, in second, please stand, Albert Lee FFA. And in first, please come forward, Alden Conger FFA. From our premier chapter, Market Livestock, in third place, please stand, Chatfield FFA. In second, please stand, Randolph FFA. And in first, receiving a trophy and plaque, please come forward, Alden Conger FFA.
Our final livestock awards are for the Species Premier Exhibitors. The calculation of the Premier Exhibitors is done based upon points earned throughout all of the breeding classes within a specific species. Only the first place recipients should come forward for your award, but all winners should get photos after the program. For beef, in second place, please stand, Rushford Peterson FFA. And our premier exhibitor for beef, please come forward, Randolph FFA. In our dairy division, we had over 102 animals shown. And in second place for the premier exhibitor is the Fillmore Central FFA chapter. Please stand. And our dairy premier exhibitor, first place, is the Tri-City United FFA chapter. Please come forward. For our meat goat division, we had over 116 animals shown. And in second place is the Edgerton FFA chapter. Please stand. And our premier exhibitor for the meat goat division, please come forward for your plaque and trophy, is the Triton FFA chapter. For our sheep division, we had more than 221 animals shown. And our second place premier exhibitor is the New York Mills FFA chapter. Please stand. And our first place premier exhibitor in the sheep division, please come forward for your plaque, is the Kenyan Wanamingo FFA chapter. And finally, in our swine division, in second place is Westbrook Walnut Grove FFA chapter. Please stand. And our premier exhibitor for the swine division is the Kenyan Wanamingo FFA chapter. The Premier Chapter Breeding Livestock Award is based on breeding points earned by all of the animals throughout the weekend. Please welcome Mr. T.J. Brown to the microphone to announce the Premier Chapter Breeding Livestock Award.
Good morning. Third place, please stand. Thank you. This was not my part. There we go. Triton FFA, please stand. All right. Second place, please stand. Kenya Wanamingo. And first place, Randolph FFA. Congratulations. All right. Congratulations. Here's the part where I thought it was coming up. Okay, I want to say a few remarks first before we get to the top two awards. Okay, we still have the highest individual award and the highest chapter award left to go if you're following along in your program. But I want to make a few remarks, give you a little bit of context. Okay, there is a little history sheet that we attached this year to your program, which I hope some of you took a look at. It's significant because this year is significant. Many people don't know that the FFA first began exhibiting at the Minnesota State Fair in 1947. They list that first year it was ag displays. We're not really sure what that is. If anybody has any pictures from 1947, we'd really like to see a copy of that. But the Ag Hort building was new and FFA had a part, so there was a little competition. The following year is when the livestock show started. So technically this is the 75th anniversary of FFA being involved with the Minnesota State Fair, but next year will be the 75th anniversary of livestock shows. So it didn't feel quite appropriate to put together a big celebration this year, but hopefully next year we're going to really celebrate the 75th anniversary of the shows at the fair. That being said, some of you noticed that a lot of these last big awards are supposed to be a traveling trophy, and for many of them there weren't. Please return those so we can have a good display next year for the 75th. Let's get all the traveling trophies back so we can update them. So if you have a traveling trophy, please return it to the fair. We're going to get them all updated. We're going to try to make a really nice display case to commemorate the long tradition of FFA at the Minnesota State Fair. Okay? How many of you, everybody knows that there was no fair last year, but doesn't mean that there weren't 2020 State Fair champions. Okay? This isn't in your program. There actually was at least one show that took place last year. All of the FFA crop samples had been entered prior to the cancellation of the fair. The superintendent went and collected all of them, took them to Lamberton, and we had the 2020 FFA Crops State Fair competition. Those champions are on display in the Ag Hort building. So despite no fair for 2020, FFA did have State Fair champions. So probably the only official event that took place for the State Fair was FFA Crops. So congratulations to all of you and those 2020 winners. Okay. I would just like to really reiterate thank you to the Minnesota Fair for FFA's involvement here and being able to showcase the members' hard work and projects that they do all year. The staff in the competition office is amazing to work for. Really grateful for them. All the advisors who put in really long days here being at the fair. They're just coming off of workshops probably this last week and starting school tomorrow on maybe 12 hours of sleep over the weekend. Everybody, every one of you FFA members, thank your advisors for their involvement. They they make this opportunity possible for you. Okay, so make sure you show them that thank you. Let's get on to the part that everybody's probably waiting for. The highest individual award at the Minnesota State Fair for FFA is called the D.K. Baldwin Award. On the back side of your program, you can see a little history there of what this award means, how long it's been going, and all the past winners. If there's any past D.K. Baldwin winners in the room, please stand up. Thank you. There's a lot of significance here, and so to be added to this group is a really high honor. There was 5 tremendous applicants this year. The assistant species superintendents and I met last night, and we had a vote. It was a unanimous decision. This individual has been a long-time contributor to the FFA shows. I would like to invite Hannah Neal from Randolph FFA. I'm going to step out here. Dwayne Hutton started a tradition of interviewing the D.K. Baldwin Award winners, so you get an impromptu interview. You had no preparation. You're not nervous, are you?
Not at all.
Good job. So, we know where you're from. Who are your parents?
Stephen, Keely, Neal.
All right, and who's your advisor?
Terry.
Okay. Is he wearing his Holstein hat? So, there we go. Okay. All right. You can always pick that out in the crowd. Okay. What species do you exhibit?
Market lambs and beef cattle.
What's your favorite?
No comment.
All right. How about favorite memory from FFA shows over the years? Think all the way back to 9th grade. What's your favorite FFA memory at the fair?
I guess just like being with everyone, but one that kind of stands out is seeing those younger members come up and seeing them succeed after me helping them, giving them advice throughout my years in FFA.
Great answer. Very selfless. Excellent. So that's what this typifies. Nice job. Okay, congratulations. One more round of applause. Okay, so the final award that I have, and then the FFA officers will close it out, is our overall breeding and market premier chapter. So we just had the champion market chapters and the champion breeding. We add those points together and figure out the top overall chapter at the fair. Just first place is going to be coming up, but we are going to recognize third and second so they can stand. Excuse me, we're going to recognize third so they can stand. The reserve does have a plaque. All right, so in third place, the Chatfield FFA chapter. All right. Second place, Alden Conger. Come up and get your plaque. And a final reminder before we announce the premier chapter, we do want a picture afterwards, so please, all FFA members, go to the back wall. Doesn't even matter if you're not wearing your blue or yellow shirt, but we want to showcase them. I hope you all appreciate those. It takes a lot of sponsorship. We got Fleet Farm back. We haven't had a Fleet Farm shirt for the FFA show for a couple of years. We want to show our sponsors some appreciation, and a photo goes a long ways. So don't take off until the picture's done. And with no further ado, drum roll please. First place, FFA chapter at the 2021 Fair in Livestock, Randolph FFA.
As they take their picture, I would like to give one last congratulations to all of our exhibitors and thank you for parents, siblings, volunteers, and FFA advisors who make this show possible. My state officer team likes to say that every jacket gets its start in an agriculture classroom, and it's true. This weekend's show would have been empty if it weren't for the hundreds of agriculture teachers and FFA advisors teaching tens of thousands of Minnesota students in schools across the state. We appreciate you and what you do. The great thing about our FFA show is that even when the fair ends, our students are back in the classroom the very next day, continuing to make strides to be the future of agriculture. We are proud of you and we're thankful for everyone who makes this possible year after year. To close out our event, we'd like to have everyone in their state fair shirts join us over here for a group photo at the backdrop. And don't forget to get any photos you need at our backdrop before you leave. To those of you at home, Thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll find a way to get connected with supporting our local program this year. Until our next event, this has been the 2021 Minnesota FFA State Fair Livestock Awards. I'm Bailey, and I'm proud to be a Minnesota FFA member.
And I'm Anna, and I'm proud to be an FFA member. Thank you for coming.